Hello everyone, it's Grungy Sponge here, and I think this will be the first video that I'm going to upload in 720p. I found some render settings that actually work for the video I'm recording. But anyways, this is part 1 of 4 on of a attacker's run on Valparaiso. I do very well in the middle and end, but at the beginning I sort of start out slow, so I just want to show you guys what a more typical gameplay from me looks like. So there's kind of this warm-up period, and I think at the end of the game I end up going like 34-13 and being sort of a cocky asshole because their team is pretty bad, and I'm not paying as much attention as I should. But anyways, what I really want to talk about in this commentary is why there's not going to be a Bad Company 3. And I suppose that most people really just play Battlefield for the multiplayer, and I'm definitely one of those. But I do play the campaigns, and I have to say that the Bad Company campaigns are a little bit refreshing in terms of like other first-person shooter campaigns. They don't feel like a stupid military action movie like Call of Duty or Battlefield 3. They're a little bit funny. They're a little bit more cartoony. They're sort of like I really want. From a first-person shooter, I want a campaign like Saints Row where I'm just laughing all the way through. And there's not a lot of that. First-person shooters tend to take themselves very seriously, and it's a little irritating. Like, for instance, Bad Company 2's campaign had some knocks at Modern Warfare 2. There's a point where I think it's Sweetwater is in the helicopter, and Sarge is talking about turning over some intel to HQ, and they're saying like, they'll send some pussy-ass special ops douchebags with heartbeat monitors on their guns instead of us. So, and then, like when you're on, you're doing like a quad bike race, and Sweetwater goes, if this were a snowmobile race, I'd be kicking your ass. And Haggard says, snowmobiles are for pussies. And so it's, it's clear digs at their competitor. And I sort of like that kind of just inside joke, sort of funny stuff that Bad Company 2 brought to the table. And I'd like to see that again because it's the writing's cheesy and the campaign was glitchy and buggy a little bit in places, but it was just a fun time. And that's really sort of the point of all these games, is just to have fun. And I don't necessarily need a deep, I guess deep in quotation marks, storyline like you get from Modern Warfare 2 or Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 4 kind of looks like more of the same. It's, modern military shooter, it's generic, it doesn't really stand out. I just like a single-player campaign to be a little more humorous, a little more lighthearted, just a little more fun, and I think it would stand out a lot from more of the serious first-person shooters. But anyways, about multiplayer in the Bad Company series, it's a little different from the main Battlefield franchise in that you have more health, and the weapons are distributed a little bit differently among the kits. For instance, the medic has an LMG, and the assault does not have an LMG, has an assault rifle. But I think that overall that just works a little better because medics just sometimes need to lay down a bunch of suppressing fire in order to get the guys that have died. Some people think it... fail there. But some people think it makes the medic kit a little overpowered. I don't think so. I think it's sort of the boost that you need in order to be effective. The other chief complaint people have about Bad Company 2 is the recon kit's high-powered rifles. It is a little annoying because none of their other equipment is really suited to using a high-powered rifle. I mean, they have C4 and motion mines, so you need to be up close to deploy those. So really, you could just assign them a different weapon, like make them a shotgun class or or like a carbine class or something. Oh, actually, speaking of carbines, that's a problem I personally have with Battlefield 3, is that the engineer class gets a carbine, and they are very good. Like the G36C, at least last time I played Battlefield 3, I don't know if they've patched it or anything. It's pretty impressive. It's like assault rifle-like, and the only place it really falters is at like extreme ranges. And the SMGs in Bad Company 2 are similar, but it's like a tickle gun at range. You're just shooting feathers at people. But anyways, what's coming up is going to be kind of embarrassing for me. But anyways, definitely should have checked up there. But where was I? Oh yes, recon. So that's a problem that I think could easily be fixed, and I like the dynamic much better. And a lot of people are with me on this, that the dynamic in terms of the weapon dispersal among the kits and just overall the improved health gives you some more support options. Specs that can boost your damage and your damage resistance are nice. It just overall seems just a more not necessarily balanced, but just more fun to play, and because Battlefield 3's balance is pretty good, but balance sort of revolves around vehicles, and that's one thing that I like about Bad Company 2 is it's very infantry based. It's very flanking, maneuvering with your infantry, using your armor really just as a support for your infantry pushes, and I'd like to see that element conserved. So anyways, this is why I think there should be a Bad Company 3 game. I think Bad Company 2 really earned the right to have a sequel, and I'm a little sad that this is probably going to be the last Bad Company game. So anyways, parts 2 and 3 will be forthcoming, and they're probably going to be, the gameplay will be much more entertaining. I will see you guys later.